Good morning, everyone. Trackman 44 here. I was watching a video this morning from one of my Canadian friends. His name is Mike from Grampies workshop, and he was working with his weed whip, and he was putting a harness and stuff he'd bought off Amazon, I think he said, to carry it around because the weed whip's a little heavy. But in the meantime, he had his weed whip laying there against the workbench and everything, and I thought I remember him lamenting a little bit somewhere in the video about how aggravating it was, to hold those things while you're working on them. I might have imagined that, but you know how people are, But at any rate, I told him in the comments that I was going to put a little video up this morning and give him an idea, something he might want to consider making for himself that really comes in handy when you're working or servicing or anything to do with these old weed whips. A lot of times, it is really hard to balance them against the workbench or on the floor, get down on your hands and knees, or prop them up against something. They slip, they slide, they fall all over the place. It's just aggravating. Well, I solved that issue. I'm going to show you what I got here. Now, I got to give credit where credit's due. This really ain't my idea. My older brother, I think, put together one of these things years ago when a buddy of ours went into business servicing small engines and lawnmowers and all that, and it actually became a very successful dealership in town. But at any rate, it's nothing more than a couple of pieces of 1-inch angle iron welded, in a C-clamp. Now, this C-clamp here, the reason I chose this one is I'd gotten it at possibly a yard sale, and I did not weld this coupling on there. I thought for a minute that I did, and I couldn't imagine why I did, but then I remembered, it's hard to remember 30 years ago, but I remembered that I selected this one because this was already welded on there, and it was kind of, boogered up a little bit, and so I said, well, I'll just go ahead and, instead of ruining a good clamp, I'll go ahead and take this one here. It's already got that adaptation on there, and I have no idea why that was there. Just weld those things right to it. You can MIG weld it, stick weld it, doesn't really matter. Doesn't have to be a real good weld. Doesn't take all that much to hold it. But take a look, and I'll show you how that's going to come into play. I'm just going to chuck it up in the vise over here. Now, the larger weed eaters might have it's a little bit more difficult holding them properly until you get them in place. But just pick up your weed eater and stick it up against there and sandwich that shaft right in there, just like that. Just that quick and simple. I'm going to show you just how easy it is to rotate that power head so that you can service a carburetor or work on the gas tank or whatever. Just loosen this guy up right here and just rotate it whatever angle you so desire that you need to do to rotate to work on. Whenever you get whatever angle you want, just latch it back down, and it's good, secure. As long as you got this tight, the clamp tight into your vise, it's just as fine as can be. Go ahead and loosen it back up, whatever you want. Put it back up to the top. You want to slide it this way and work on the string end. That's fine too. You can see the benefit to having this whenever you are putting new string on, because you can just slide this thing or install it at this position right here. Tighten her back down and go ahead and do your business. Clean this all up. Do whatever you want to do. Pop this out of here. Put your new head on. Or rewind this one, twist it again, and you're good to go. Just that quick, that simple. Now, if you're concerned about scratching the shaft on your weed eater, you can actually use a product like this. This is a foil. It's a sticky back closed cell foam rubber tape, about a 1/16 of an inch thick. It's an Armaflex tape. It's made specifically for repairing insulation on refrigerant piping, refrigerant lines, all that kind of stuff. It's really a good product. But what you can do, you can just take a couple of short pieces of that, and I did that here on this video. I didn't show you, but you just go ahead and line that with that sticky back tape, and that way you don't scratch your shaft, if you've got a mind. I don't particularly care one way or another. Most of my stuff is used and abused anyway, but I did put it in there. I just didn't show it. So anyway, Mike, I told you I was going to put a little snippet of a video up to kind of give you an idea of an easier way to service your weed eaters. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to do it. But hey, if any of y'all out there, got a few extra minutes, whatever, sneak on over to Grampies workshop. Just click on one of his comments on one of my videos and go take a look at some of the stuff he does. He's actually much better at preventive maintenance than I would ever have the opportunity to be. He just does a very good job on everything that he does do, and he's very friendly and very funny about doing it. He's just a good character, let's put it that way. So, but anyway, yeah, Grampies Workshop. Just give that a shot. See what you think. So, hey, you know what? I think I beat this one to death. So this Trackman 44, and I am out of here.